Be my peace and don't change on me. If you wait for me and I'm moving on.
Yeah, I'm Alec Bellotti. I'm a mixing engineer, producer, recording engineer, and I've been working professionally for about 6 years now. I've been working with Young King for about 5 years. It's been quite an interesting musical journey. We've gone through a good spread of different genres, from kind of more in the R&B direction, more in the rap direction. We've been taking things more R&B in the past year or so, and it's been really nice watching like the development, both from a songwriting perspective and also from a lyrical perspective. Seen some really interesting growth. I would describe Young King as an artist whose primary focus is on storytelling and telling like an emotional message through his songs, but also an artist that's concerned with the way that everything sounds together, in curating each moment of the beat, of the sections of the song, of each individual ad-lib in the background, to make sure that the overall listening experience that someone hears is exactly the way that he envisions it in his head. He makes me think of like a less problematic Tory Lanez for sure. Sure, I mean, for most of the project, I would say it was Changed on Me. That one, I think, was my favorite up until kind of right at the end. We added loyalty tax as a sort of capstone to the whole thing, and I think that superseded in my mind as like my absolute favorite, both from the way that the instrumental flows. I feel like it has a lot of energy to it, and then also just the lyricism that Young King brought was very interesting. I like the winter coats from Shein line. Sticks in my head a lot. I think about that just while I'm going about my daily life. So
hi guys, my name is Lance. I'm a member of MOTL. My first reaction listening to the project was like, I noticed a lot of diversity in the sound. You know, I think he digged into his bag this time. It's writing, creating, and also like the producing of the song as well too. I feel like music is a spiritual thing. You know, you have to have certain level of like, you have to vibrate on a different level. Peace was never free. It means to me like peace comes with a cost. You know, like it's not free. So how I connected with this project is like, there's some, there was a time in the music where in the song where he was talking about him being alone and how like he had to let go of things that were not serving him right. You know, like I wasn't surprised, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been with Young King for a long time, so I know what he's capable of doing. So like, it's probably surprising to you guys, but I wasn't surprised, you know? I know what the man is capable of, so yeah. My favorite song on this project is Loyalty Tax. And it's my favorite because like, he started off with singing, and he transitioned into rap. It kind of caught me off guard. It's something I've not really seen him do a lot, right? And in this song, a line that caught my attention is bloodline don't guarantee loyalty. That stuck with me a lot because it's something that I relate to. You know, some people might be your family, and some people might be your friends, but they might not be loyal to you. You know, they'll stab you behind your back and say things, you know. I've been there from the genesis of this, and I see the writing, the whole studio time, staying late nights at the studio, writing at night, everything. So like, he put in a lot of work into this project.
Baby, if you stay with me and don't walk away.
My name's Raven West Point, born and raised in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm a serial entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and I do whatever I want that I love, and I bring value to the world. When it comes to music I listen to, I'm definitely a alternative neo-soul babe. Anything that can make me just feel something. My first reaction to this EP is the taste of rawness. There's no way that the lyrics came from a generated AI. Like, no, somebody had to live this in order for it all come together the way it did. There's evidence of the cycle of life. And what I mean by that is you can't be alive with just focusing on happiness. There's going to be lows. So when it comes to love, which was a theme that I heard a lot, not just with romance, but also with different relationships, different family, friends, there's always going to be a death and a rebirth as long as you're alive. And that's exactly what I got from a lot of the songs. My favorite song in this project was Losing My Mind, for sure. Those parts of the poetry, it's like I do spoken word. So hearing that just shows duality when it comes to his talent. And listening to it and the rhythm to it, the poetry with rhythm, it's like, yes. And not all the songs have that aspect in it. So it just shows uniqueness in each song. But I mean, I like a lot of the songs, but that one, it shows his range. How I would describe Peace Was Never Free would be that it's dense in the best way, and you need to listen to it all together to really understand. If you understand love and also lovelessness, then you gotta listen to every song. There's a reason why the first song is first and the last song is last. It's a beautiful piece together. It's a masterpiece, and I can feel all of the tools that Young King used to get it all together, and you could just tell that it took time. And not just time, but experience, life experience in order to put it all together. It's a collection. That's how I would say. It's definitely a collection. I don't think that I could rate Peace Was Never Free from 1 to 10. I would have to sit more time with it. Like I said before, it's dense. It's something that you can't just listen to your car. Like, I feel like you're not even giving it enough justice if you're just listening it to the car. You have to sit down. If you are going through something in life where you feel like you're alone, and when it comes to just anything that you're going through that's detrimental to you and your peace, whether it's a person, a friend, family, or just an experience, because life comes with experiences, then I think that this project will be good for you. But it's something that you can't just listen to it as background music. You gotta sit down with it. You gotta experience it. You gotta read between the lines. You might even have to pause, run it back just to hear that line, because that was so good. And Young King is filled with gems in every song and every line. So in order to truly, that's the thing. You have to experience it. You can't just listen to it. I'm Raven West Point, and I just finished Peace Was Never Free. There's parts of me, I didn't even have weight on me before, but I still feel freer. I'm so happy that I got to listen to it, and I also feel honored that I'm listening to it before everybody else. It makes me so happy.
My name is Ayana. I live in Providence. I was born in Boston. I grew up dancing, so lately I've been listening to Broadway. I listen to music based on kind of how I feel, so I listen to everything. For me, I use music to provoke emotion. There's a lot of thought and a lot of heart and a lot of thought. And I think for me, it's like a journey kind of through his brain and what he's feeling. And it was emotional for me, like even through the music and the words together. So one word that I would use to describe Peace Was Never Free is definitely reflection. It sounds like a work of a lot of inner work and reflection. My favorite track on the Peace Was Never Free project is the Peace Was Never Free poetry intro. I really like this. There's no music behind it. It feels very personal, very up close, very raw, very real. So you get a really good depiction of kind of like who he is and what the project is before you really get into the music. And then my second one is Changed on Me. I really like the song, but I also think that we can kind of all relate to, you know, you had a partner and you guys were like super lovey and spontaneous in the beginning, and then you kind of watch as that changes as the relationship progresses. So it feels very relatable. My honest opinion on Peace is Never Free, I think it was definitely a journey. This very relatable. There's a lot of things that you're like, damn, I was there before. And then also, you know, with like the breakup song aspect, like you really feel that emotion, especially if you've ever been heartbroken. But even like going into like the family and like the friends area of that, I feel like we've all kind of been in a place where you're kind of questioning a lot of your relationships and how to maintain them and how to treat people. So Loyalty Tax is absolutely, it's really relatable. So overall, the music is awesome. The production quality is great. Like the sound is clear, crisp. The beats are fire. The message is awesome and super, super relatable. So overall, with the emotion that you kind of feel through the whole project, I would give it a solid 8.75. If you're looking for a project with really good music and really good production and a really, really good message that will like take you on a real journey. Like if you're really you're waiting for a project that's gonna provoke emotion and be like, oh yeah, I get this. Like I've been there before, or it's gonna take you back to like a certain time in your life where you're like, yeah, this sounds like 2012 summer when I was, you know, fresh out of high school trying to get over my high school sweetheart. Or I was beefing with my mom, you know, rekindled, you know, it really changed my opinion on our relationship. This is the project for you. My name is Ayana, and it has been an honor to listen to the Peace is Never Free project by Young King. It's a really emotional piece. There's a lot of thought, and as a listener of all genres of music, I really, really enjoyed the project. There's a lot of really good messages in there. So I would recommend it to everybody. Go listen to it. It's coming out soon. Enjoy the project. I can't wait to listen to it just by myself and really enjoy the message.
My name is Dr. J, you know, AKA Big Daddy J. I'm an Afrobeat artist, you know, born in Lagos, Nigeria, out here in Rhode Island. And, you know, make music, been doing music for a couple of years now, and it's been beautiful. Music is the biggest part of my life, you know. Music is me, I am music, in one word. Basically, like, I live on music. I listen to music every day. I make music almost every day. You know, I try to write, I compose in my head. You know, even aside me being an artist, just, you know, just listening to music, other people's voice. And, you know, it's been a long time coming. I grew up in a house of music, so music is just, it's a beautiful thing for me. It's part of my life, basically. If I was to pick a genre that I listen to, I'll say Afrobeats. Then after Afrobeats, hip hop, R&B, but Afrobeats comes number one for me. My first reaction listening to Peace Was Never Free is, you know, perfection, intentionality. You know, I just the composure of it all. The creativity, the mastermind behind it, you know, it just keeps screaming perfection to me. If I was to give it a second title, I'd probably call it Perfect Timing or something. but it literally just spoke to my heart. I have a favorite song already on it, but you know, we ain't gonna get into all that for now. But if I was to describe this project in one word, I'll say perfection. Multiple words, perfect timing, more multiple words. I'd say, you know, storytelling. I would say amazing. I would say, you know, great lyrics, great mixing and mastering. I kind of feel like I'm talking as an artist right now, but from a general perspective, just listening to the song as a fan, as an audience, I would say, you know, the mix and mastering was beautiful. The lyrics were amazing, and it's just, you know, it screams growth, and it it screams excellence, you know. So I'm gonna say my favorite song, I'll say is, you know, Change on Me. Change on Me. It's kind of in between Change on Me and Loyalty Tax, but I'll say Change on Me because Change on Me really spoke to my soul. So peace was never free is a valid statement, because if you look at it, peace was never free. You know, our peoples have to fight it. They have to fight for it. You want peace, you gotta fight for it. You want love, you gotta fight for it. You want care, you want affection, you can't be lackadaisical about it. You gotta fight for it. So peace was never free is, you know, I like it. It's a good title. It screams, you know, you gotta fight for what you want, what you love, what you cherish, your ambitions, your goals, your dreams, you know, whatever career path you're trying to go. If you're trying to be a lover boy, if you're trying to be a bad boy, you still gotta fight for it, whether you like it or not. You're gonna have to fight for it. So it's never free. It's never free. And, you know, to King, you know, just keep it going, keep it going. Proud of you. Okay, this is Dr. J, the one and only Big Daddy J, you know? That's what they call me. But don't overthink it. I still go by Dr. J. You know, I'm an artist, Afrobeat artist, just dropped a single, by the way, you know, God's Way. If it's not God's Way, I don't know what way it is. So God's Way every day. So go listen to that, go check it out. And we got more things coming. We got more and more projects on the way. We got a lot of Afrobeat bangers. And, you know, do not change on me, please. Because you're going to pay that loyalty tax, you know what I'm saying? So go listen to Peace Was Never Free. Peace is never free. It will never be free. You have to keep fighting for it and don't change on people, because they're going to change on you if you do.
Baby, I won't lose my mind for you. I won't lose my mind. Yeah, I wish I never had you. Or maybe I still do. Mine don't last, is it piece of just silent that grew. Wish I could trace back time, but this clock got no hands. Our love is like a quicksand, I'm slipping through when I needed to stand. Lately I've been tripping on my thought, not just my toes. Said less than I met, yeah, you know how that goes.